Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I am ghosting my cheating GF of 4 years. It just happened last night. She went to a friend's bachelorette party and cheated on me. First she and one more friend called a stripper in spite of the bride saying no, and then she was getting handsy with the stripper. If it had just stopped at this, then I could have stayed with her, but later the stripper stayed in her room till 3 a.m. before going home. The bride and the groom both are very good friends of mine, and it was the bride who told me everything. She even sent me a video of my GF grinding on him, and he was dry humping her and pretending to perform sex acts on her. The bride told me that she had forgotten some stuff in my GF's room, and when she went to get it back, the stripper opened the door and my GF was sleeping on the bed. The dude left 10 minutes later. There was one more girl on the bed. When she told me, I was heartbroken, so I left a note saying I know what happened last night, and then went to a hotel before my GF came back home. I have also turned off my phone. I can't focus right now, so I would really love some advice on how to move forward. Should I ask her to move her stuff out before going back? How do I confront her? Edit/update. I will ask a mutual friend to go there and ask her to move out in the next 2 weeks, or even in a month. I will stay in the hotel till then. I don't want to see her again. Yeah. Pack up all her stuff for her and put her out in her ass. If y'all are leasing somewhere together, you need to get her name off the lease. We live together, and although her name is not on the lease, I don't know if I can just throw her out. It's stuck up. Look into your state laws about evicting people. If there's no law granting her permission to stay for a certain amount of time, then call a locksmith, have the locks changed, and have all her shit thrown outside and let her figure out everything. Call a cop to come watch as well, in case she would try some bullshit like saying you attacked her or broke her stuff. Definitely don't do this. Might be legal in some places, but in most places that would be an illegal eviction. I think that would be why they suggested looking into their state's laws about eviction. If there's no law stating they can't do this, then they can pack up their stuff and kick them out. Obviously, if there is a law, then don't. Now, but there was a time I was looking at getting rid of my I live in TX. Called the police and was told that even though he's not on the lease, if he can prove that he stays there, having mail at that address, having his personal property/items that included more than just a stay over a few nights a week items, or even having a witness state that was his primary place of residence, I had to give him a 30-day notice in writing before I could start the eviction process. There's no state where you can just move someone out and change the locks. There's a scale from easy to hard to get someone out, but nowhere can you just lock a tenant out, lol. Where exactly did Op say that he is in the US? In my country, you can just kick someone out with no notice if they're not on the lease. Wow, this relationship advice thread quickly degenerated into a tenancy advice line. There is actually legal advice on Reddit, where lawyers can outline options. I've no idea whether they can help, but at least they're offering something relevant to what the op is ostensibly asking. My guess is that, if this breakup gets tangled in residential issues, then the op should get proper legal advice. My 2 penneth, which is bound to be wildly unpopular, is that I couldn't finish with a person without at least speaking to them first. I certainly would never, ever finish with someone on the word of a third party. I once read a post on Reddit where someone dumped their beloved girlfriend, the love of his life, because she was blatantly cheating, as clearly witnessed by his mother, only to discover, years later, that the older woman had made the whole thing up because she had always hated the girlfriend. The least I would do is to confront the person and ask them for an explanation. Clearly, the op doesn't trust his girlfriend, so there's already something going on there. It needs immediate investigation, obviously, and, at the very least, the guilty party should be told, and shown, what is going to happen to them as a result of their betrayal. I wouldn't tolerate such behavior for a millisecond, and I wouldn't be interested in excuses. However, there might be another explanation. Silently changing the locks, ghosting the person and throwing their items out into the street smacks of creeping away because you can't speak your mind. It's cowardly. If I were the victim, I would make far more of an issue of it than that. It's not up to the victim to slope away silently. Her name is not on the lease. Doesn't matter. If she lives there, she's almost certainly a tenant and has legal rights. No state allows that. It's called a self-help eviction. Be careful and don't rush a decision you'll regret later. There's a lot 12-yo and 15-yo giving advice in many of these subs. I am not throwing her stuff out. I will ask a mutual friend to go and tell her to move out in 2 weeks, or 1 month maximum. I will stay here in the meantime. Why not start with asking her to leave now? She might. And that would save you money on paying for your place and a hotel room. I think he means that he will tell her she has 2 weeks to get out, not that he is going to wait 2 weeks to tell her. I know, but she really doesn't even deserve that. She cheated. He could ask her to pack her crap and get out now. She might, so why not try to force her out? He has nothing to lose. She does or doesn't. But if she does, he saves a ton of money. It's not about what she deserves or not deserves. Life isn't that simple. They have been together for 4 years and he loves her. You can't just switch off emotions like that. As an outsider, you can look at this one fact or her cheating and think she is terrible, kick her on the streets. Yes, that is one factor, but to opt, she is probably also the person who supported him during hard times, comforted him on a terrible day, made him breakfast, told him she was proud of him when he did something good, made his life better in a lot of ways. That's what 4 years of a good relationship means. He is breaking up and kicking her out, which is hard to do to a person you loved deeply. He is giving her notice and stepping away and trying to keep his emotions under control while he is hurting like hell. So if he wants to give her 2 weeks notice, let him do that. Some hotel costs don't really matter that much in the grand scheme of trying to protect his own mental health. If need be, he can crash at a friend's place for a week or so. Op is doing the right thing in a way he can cope with. He should be applauded for that, not berated for not doing it in the type of revenge stick it to her way Reddit loves to see. Real life doesn't work like that. Oh, I see. I'm sure there is a law that prevents just tossing her out. He probably has to have her evicted first unless she just agrees to leave. Hotels are expensive. Are you going to avoid her for a month? You're being too nice. I'd give her a week, not a month. You don't get to decide to give her a week. It's the law. You can't just throw people out of their homes. You shouldn't give her that much time. She can damage the place and make you responsible for it. Get her stuff or make her parents pick her stuff and kick her out. It's for the best. You don't need any more trouble on top of your pain for her betrayal. It never crossed my mind, but that would be a solid move. She would never have thought her parents would know. The same way he found trust in her and she instigated the situation. It's not ducked up, it's the right thing to do. She didn't care about your relationship when she was hooking up with the stripper and the other girl. Let's pack up all her stuff and throw her out so she could figure out where to stay on her own. She's a big girl and she can handle it. You owe her no grace, no respect, no courtesy, none of it. Now the apartment with you being the sole leaseholder and her not being on it, oh no, she needs to pack up her stuff like now and get the get-in. Look into your state's laws on eviction before doing anything as radical as just putting her stuff outside though. And when you get sued for treble damages, which many states allow for self-help evictions, it's not about what she deserves, it's about not costing up thousands in damages. I've never understood this sentiment. Someone was terrible to you, so now you get to be terrible and callous back. Why allow them to make you stoop to their level? Does she have friends she can stay with? Maybe the bride and groom's place? It's a very ducked situation to be in, and so sorry to hear so. Stuff of nightmares TBH. Pack her stuff up properly but let her know she's not allowed to stay there. Only allowed to pick her stuff up when you're properly aware of it. Don't ghost her, that's a thing of immaturity emo. Let her know that you're done and that is that, and give her a week to get her shit or else you're throwing it. You just go to the landlord and tell the landlord you have a guest that won't leave. No, you can't. This is terrible advice because it isn't true. Literally every lease I have ever signed has a people not on this lease can't be in the apartment longer than 5 consecutive days. If she lives in the house, she will be treated as a tenant that needs to be evicted. If OP calls the landlord, all that will happen is he will be in breach of the terms of the lease. You could have the police show up and they'll say it's a civil matter. You'd need to prove she lives there, which means she needs to have utilities in her name or her driver's license at that address. Highly unlikely. Anyway, I'm not gonna argue since this all depends on what OP wants to do, and the GF putting up a fight. That information isn't correct. It's usually a month, and again, you actually need to prove you live there, which amazingly isn't as easy as you think most of the time. Anyway, all this is irrelevant as the GF hasn't even said she won't leave. Leases say all sorts of shit that doesn't comport with tenant law. He can ask her to leave. If she says no, she needs to be evicted. Whether it's the landlord or OP, it's the same thing. Leave and never look back. She's probably done it before or will do it again. Sorry to hijack the top comment, but I'm pretty sure that this is a troll who's reworded a post that got popular on this same subreddit earlier this week. Not that this couldn't possibly happen to 2 different people, but the contents of the post are so similar down to the video of the stripper and OP's girlfriend simulating sex. Unless, did you post this already, you/throwranks weird? Big call to make. If it's popular and recent, it should be easy to find. Do you mind linking the post? It happened last night, and no, it's the first time I have been cheated on, but please call me troll if it makes you happy. I am pretty sure I will look like one in the next few days. I hope you have a good day. Okay, troll. Be careful reading these comments and taking advice before looking up your state legal processes. Even if she's not on the lease, you may very well still get into trouble if you pack her things for her and throw them out. Some states require a 30-day eviction notice and will not allow you to touch her stuff until after 30 days of it being abandoned. Just do your research, reach out to an attorney or some kind of legal person if need be. Right now you're hurting and no doubt emotional, anyone would be, but you need to be practical. Think of what you need to do to get her out of your space so you can start to heal. Good luck, man. Half these comments could land up in civil and or criminal court if she wants to be vindictive. Hopefully he sticks with his original plan of giving her some notice and she doesn't put up a fight. This is the best advice I've seen on this post. Making decisions when angry or resentful almost never fares well. That bride is a good friend. She is. I am kinda envious of the groom. But then again, they are both awesome people who belong together, and now when I go to his house I will have 2 friends to meet. I wish you will never encounter your bitch there whenever you come to those 2 friends of yours. Update to I am ghosting my cheating GF of 4 years op post. It's not a very promising update. I am finally back home and she is still living at home but in the 2nd bedroom. She keeps saying she didn't cheat and it was her friend who slept with the stripper. They tried to pull her in for a threesome but she refused. Her friend doesn't remember anything but she thinks they had a threesome with my GF and the stripper guy. It's a mind duck, but I am done with the relationship anyways. She has said that she will leave by March 30th, so I accepted it. That's the update. So she slept on the bed while her friend and the stripper had sex? She really expects you to believe that? At least she is gone by March 30th. Be prepared for more pressure from her in the meantime. Stay strong and grey rock her. And in her room? She's clutching at straws. Nothing wrong with a little voyeurism. More than kind under the circumstances. Good news is that you found out before getting married. Count your blessings. So either they ducked on the bed beside her while she just sat and watched without participating, or they had a threesome. Which one is more likely? Because I know what my money is on. Doesn't matter anyways, he has videos of her being handsy with the stripper and grinding on him. It's a very promising update. Long term you get away from a cheater and get a second chance with someone that won't duck a stripper at a bachelorette party. Short term you are in for a shitty time. No contact is best. Wow. Good on you for sticking to your guns and not believing this obvious lie. If you're in a relationship, why put yourself in a situation to be asked into a threesome? What was she even doing for them to think that it'd be okay to ask her if she's on board? Even if she refused, then why'd she stay in the room as they ducked? God, what a terrible liar. Look at this way, you're doing the right thing because she doesn't respect you enough to say the truth despite being caught. You deserve to be happy. You are doing the right thing. Something is seriously wrong with her to be willing to throw a 4-year relationship away for some fun with a stranger. If she started her night out like you say in your post, chances are this is not the first time she has stepped out. The only reason she is flipping out now is because she is caught and you're ending it. I wouldn't be mean to her or nothing. I would just work toward getting her out as soon as possible and moving on with your life. The bride and the groom sound like great friends. I would make sure you show them your appreciation for having your back on this. Lol, she is a terrible liar. What a joke. Was she sleeping while her friend was going at it with the stripper? PFFT. The gaslight is real. Don't let it mess your mental health, brother. Tough read up. Moments like this in life could make or break a person. Through the pain, hopefully you come out stronger. Prayers, praying gesture. Right now I just wish I am alone on April 1st. My best friend has got tickets to go to WrestleMania, so hopefully it will be a nice distraction. Yeah man, go see your tribal chief beat Lesnar. Godspeed. I finally got a chance to acknowledge him in person, lol. Notice me senpai. Notice me. Watch Cody vs Seth. Nice. Have fun. Lucky bastard, should be a great show. Translation, her friend totally remembers but is trying to stay neutral. They had a threesome. Come on. Tell her you want a polygraph. Regardless of whether they're reliable, you need to see her reaction and whether she's willing to follow through. What sort of moron does she take you to be? Honestly, you made the right choice. What she did before going to that room on tape would be counted as cheating. 2x llamo al stripper cuando ni la novia quería uno y como mínimo jugó con él, to do totalmente no necesario, aunque la creemos que no tuvo sexo con él, igualmente no es material de esposa, nada más que hablar, ella pertenece a las calles. This original post was full of weird misinformation from dudes telling him how he could legally throw his girlfriend out of the house. I'm glad he didn't ghost her and he's being mature about the whole thing. Glad she showed her true colors before you guys committed to any life-altering events. That sucks, man. The good news is there are a lot of great ladies out there, so better you find out now than when you were married. Earth girls are easy. I'm sorry this is happening, but glad you stuck to your feelings on this and she has a move-out date. Sometimes you don't want proof because sometimes you were already done in the first place. Good for you. I will never understand why people are willing to burn down your relationship to cheat. You might want to give her that notice to vacate. I know she's not on the lease, but legally, she's established residency. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't try to manipulate you to stay. Where you're at is rough. You don't deserve that. Rely on your support system as you mourn this loss. Just do your best not to interact with her these next 2 weeks. Don't take any bait because she is gonna try to get you to change your mind. You need to look into recording laws. Record all your conversations. Protect yourself against false allegations. Stay strong, you are on the right track. Godspeed. Stay strong. You deserve a better partner. My brother in Christ, your ex-girlfriend is a thought. You're better off far away from that shit. Make sure you tell people exactly what went down when people ask you. She shouldn't be able to leave the relationship with her reputation intact. Even if she didn't sleep with him, I find it supremely SHT that she organized this, entertainment against the bride's wishes. It was supposed to be a special event for her friend, and she added drama and stress to the evening. That alone would be enough for me to reconsider being with her. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.